I am going to say something today that is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. Some of the tools that the woodworking world has been telling you to buy for years, the ones that show up in every magazine, every beginner guide, and every fancy workshop tour, are overrated. Not useless. Not terrible. Just overrated. And in some cases, there is a simpler, cheaper, and frankly better option sitting right there that nobody talks about. Now I have been around wood long enough to know that every craftsman has his favorites. And I respect that. But if you have ever spent good money on a tool that promised to change your workshop and then sat on the shelf collecting dust, this video is for you. So let us get into it. Welcome to Wood Uncle, the channel where we cut through the noise and give you the straight truth about woodworking. If you are new here, subscribe right now and hit that bell. Because every single week we bring you the kind of honest, experienced knowledge that most channels are too polite to share. And today, we are not being polite. Before we start, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me which tool you regret buying. I guarantee you are not alone. Now let us get into the list. Number 1. The Biscuit Joiner. Oh, I know. I can already hear the Biscuit Joiner fans sharpening their keyboards. But hear me out. The Biscuit Joiner has been sold to woodworkers for decades as an essential tool for edge gluing and alignment. And yes, it does that job. But here is the truth. Biscuits add almost zero strength to a joint. The research has been done. The tests have been run. And what they show is that a properly glued edge joint is just as strong without biscuits as it is with them. All the biscuit is really doing is helping with alignment during assembly. And you know what else does that? Dowels. Pocket screws. Even a few strategically placed brad nails. All of them cheaper, and most of them stronger. If you already own a biscuit joiner, keep it. But if you are thinking about buying one, spend that money on a good doweling jig instead. You will use it more, and it will serve you better. Number 2. The Random Orbital Sander. Now before you throw this video across the room, let me be clear. The Random Orbital Sander is not a bad tool. It is actually a very good tool. But it has become the default sanding answer for everything, and that is where the problem starts. Most woodworkers reach for the Random Orbital before they have even thought about whether it is the right tool for the job. For final finishing on flat surfaces, it is excellent. But for removing material quickly, shaping edges, or getting into tight spots, it is slow, clumsy, and frustrating. What should you use instead? A hand scraper. I am completely serious. A properly sharpened hand scraper will leave a finish that no Random Orbital Sander can match. It works in any direction, it does not create swirl marks, and it costs almost nothing. Most woodworkers who discover the hand scraper never go back. It is one of the most underused tools in the modern workshop, and one of the most rewarding to master. Are you still with me? Good. Because we are just getting warmed up. And I promise you, number 4 on this list is going to cause an argument in the comments. Stay with me. Number 3. The benchtop drill press. The benchtop drill press looks impressive. It sits in the corner of the workshop, it has a satisfying lever action, and it makes you feel like a serious craftsman. But ask yourself honestly, how often do you actually need perfectly vertical, repeatable holes to a precise depth? For most woodworking projects, the answer is not as often as you think. And for the times you do need it, a good hand drill with a simple drill guide attachment gives you 90% of the same result at a fraction of the price and without eating up precious workshop space. The benchtop drill press earns its place in a production environment where you are drilling hundreds of identical holes. For the average woodworker building furniture and home projects, it is a very expensive solution to a problem you rarely have. Number 4. The table saw. I told you this one was coming. And yes, I know the table saw is considered the king of the workshop. I know some of you have had yours for 30 years and would not trade it for anything. And I respect that completely. But here is the honest truth that nobody in the woodworking industry wants to say out loud. The table saw is also one of the most dangerous tools in the workshop, one of the most expensive, and one of the biggest consumers of space. And for the majority of cuts that most woodworkers make, a good circular saw with a quality straight-edge guide will do the same job, just as accurately, for a fraction of the cost. I am not saying throw away your table saw. I am saying that if you do not have one yet and you are trying to decide whether to spend $1,000 or more on one, consider starting with a track saw setup instead. You will be amazed at what you can do. Tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree. I genuinely want to know. If this video is giving you something to think about, do me a favor and hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps more woodworkers find this channel. And subscribe if you have not already. We do this every single week. Number 5. The wood lathe. The wood lathe is a beautiful machine. Watching a skilled turner bring a spinning piece of wood to life is genuinely one of the most satisfying things in all of woodworking. But for most woodworkers, the lathe sits in the corner and gets used twice a year. It is a specialty tool that requires a completely separate skill set to use well. It takes up significant space, and it serves a very narrow range of projects. If you are passionate about turning, then by all means invest in a lathe. But if you bought one because it looked exciting and you thought you would use it for general woodworking, you already know the truth. The money would have been better spent on better hand tools, better clamps, or better lumber. And that brings me to something I say often on this channel. Clamps. You can never have too many clamps. If you have money to spend in your workshop, spend it on clamps before you spend it on a lathe. Number 6. The pocket hole jig. Now here is a controversial one because the pocket hole jig, and I will not name the brand but you know exactly which one I am talking about, has become almost a religion in beginner woodworking circles. And I understand why. It is fast, it is easy, and it makes joinery feel approachable for someone just starting out. But here is the problem. Pocket hole joinery is weak. It looks fine from the outside, but under real stress, real weight, and real daily use, pocket hole joints fail. They are not appropriate for furniture that needs to last. They are not appropriate for anything structural. They are a shortcut, and shortcuts in joinery always show up eventually. What should you use instead? Learn to cut mortise and tenon joints. Learn to cut dovetails. Even a simple through-dowel joint is stronger and more durable than a pocket hole. I know that takes more time and more skill. But that is exactly the point. Real woodworking rewards patience and precision. And your projects will last a lifetime instead of a few years. We are almost at the end of the list. Number 7 is a tool that millions of woodworkers own and almost all of them use incorrectly. Stay right there. Number 7. The electric router. The electric router is genuinely one of the most versatile tools ever invented for woodworking. I want to be completely fair about that. With the right bits and the right setup, it can cut profiles, dados, rabbets, mortises, and decorative edges with remarkable precision. But here is why it makes this list. Most woodworkers are terrified of it, set it up incorrectly, use the wrong bits, and end up with tear-out, burns, and frustration. The router has a steep learning curve that nobody warns you about when you buy it, and it requires proper jigs and fences to get consistent results. For many of the tasks that beginners use a router for, a good set of sharp chisels and a shoulder plane will give you cleaner results, more control, and a far more satisfying experience. The router is a powerful tool, but it is powerful in the wrong hands too. If you own one, invest the time to truly learn it. If you are considering buying one as your first power tool, start with hand tools first. You will be a better woodworker for it. So there you have it. 7 of the most overrated woodworking tools, and what you should consider using instead. The Biscuit joiner, the random orbital sander, the benchtop drill press, the table saw, the wood lathe, the pocket hole jig, and the electric router. Now here is what I want from you today. And I mean this. Tell me in the comments which tool on this list you disagree with the most. Tell me which one you love and why you think I am wrong. Because the best thing about the woodworking community is that we have strong opinions, and we are not afraid to share them. I read every comment. Every single one. So let the debate begin. And if you have a tool that you think deserves to be on this list that I did not mention, put it in the comments too. I want to hear it. Before you go, if this video made you think, made you nod, or made you want to argue with your screen, share it with a fellow woodworker. They will thank you for it. And if you are not subscribed to Wood Uncle yet, fix that right now. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see you in the next one. Keep your tools sharp. And keep your standards higher than the tools you buy.